Yeah. What's going on? What's going on? We got a little bit to talk about. A little bit to talk about. First things first, though, I want to thank those who are assisting my growth on here. Um, People that's subscribing, people that's commenting, people that's liking. I'm seeing the same people like on almost every video I drop, and I definitely appreciate that. And I thank the new ones that have come along too. I definitely think the new ones has come along. It's been pretty much positive feedback. You know, you always want to have a little bit of something. You know, I got irritated for a second, but then the positivity just outweighed the nonsense. So I'm not gonna let that steal any thunder. But I definitely want to shout out those who are liking, who's subscribing, who's commenting, who's rocking with a brother. Like, that's definitely greatly appreciated. It's not overlooked, not by a long shot. It's a beautiful day where I'm at, so I'm outside enjoying the weather. You know, the wind a little bit in the way, but we can get over that. You know what I mean? I do want to give feedback to some of the comments that from the last video I dropped, which was the Meek Mill bunny hopping video. If you go back to my first video I ever made back in November, I give insight that y'all don't think about, or that y'all don't even know. You know what I mean? Every topic that I bring up, it should be about the education. I give gems and jewels in every video. Now, whether or not that goes over your head, there's nothing I can do about that. I can't do nothing about that. I said from the beginning. You go back to when I started talking about that kind of content, like the Meek bunny hopping video. I said I do this for the babies, man. I do this for the young boys that ain't got an old head, or if they supposed to have an old head, he ain't thorough enough to really tell you what's really going on, or how, or guide you properly, and tell you what to watch for, or tell you what not to do. Open your eyes to different stuff that you may never even consider. If you're remotely close to my age and you can't figure this out, I don't really care about your opinion. I'm going to keep a G with you. I don't really care. Because obviously we see the world through two different lenses. You know what I mean? And like I said in the comments, I told somebody in the comments, go back and watch Trading Places with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd. Go back and watch Trading Places. That movie, I want to say, was made like in 88, 89 or something. It wasn't no later than 92. But go through there and really watch all the subliminal content. Like, as a young boy, me watching it, I thought it was the funniest thing on earth. As a grown man watching it, I seen it totally different. I seen that movie totally different. It was so much subliminal stuff in there and jewels that they was giving out in that movie that people still didn't catch up to what they was really trying to tell you. Like, if that wasn't the most covert jewel dropping that Eddie Murphy ever did, then I don't know what to tell you, man. You missed the boat on that one. And I can't help you on that. All I can do is guide you, like, yo, go watch this. Go watch some of your favorite entertainers tell you what really goes on in that industry and how they try to play you. Go back and watch this kind of stuff, man. I'm not a fan of Jay, not like I used to be as a young boy, because now I see the world different. You know what I'm saying? But go back and listen to Jay-Z's song, OJ Story. Go back and listen to that, man. No matter how much paper you got, no matter what you driving, no matter where you living, no matter what your zip code is, no matter what jewels you got on, you still nigga. Y'all don't catch it, though. It's cool. Y'all don't catch it. Don't get mad at me for catching it. Don't act like I'm on some I hate somebody campaign for catching it. You know what I mean? Only thing I'm commenting on what is obvious, man. And you can't compare what you may do in the block with your homies to that, because that's not his homies, man. Can't none of y'all see that? Well, not none of y'all. The people who making them comments, can't none of y'all see, like, that's not his homies. Everybody that watched my video, probably, because majority of us are black, granted. Majority probably come from the hood, granted. We all don't play with our homies on the block in certain manners. But we never played them in a manner where it was disrespectful and belittling, man. And we darn sure didn't record it and put it out to the masses. Know the difference, man. That's not as homies, man. They ain't play wall ball together. They ain't do none of that together. They ain't bust down a chicken platter together. That's somebody he met on a road on his way, man. See, maybe our bar for becoming a homie is different. Maybe our bar is different. Maybe our criteria is different. But anybody that know me know how I feel about that word, know how I feel about, like, calling somebody my friend. Somebody my friend is my extended family. Like, I'll do whatever for that person. That's my family. You understand? And everybody ain't a friend, man. Most of the people who made them comments on some, oh, I'm wilding, I don't know what I'm talking about. Give me a moment. I'm wilding, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm jumping the gun. Because y'all never been in a room full of 10 white men and watch, and you sitting there being who you is, man. And they know who you is. And they know that they can't play with you in that manner. And then you watch a brother come in there and they play him out. Laugh in his face, but they laughing at him the whole time. They not laughing with him, they laughing at him the whole time. Right? Come in the room, play himself out. He leave the room, and they talk about this boy like crazy, like I'm not even sitting there though. Y'all haven't been in that kind of circumstance. I ain't talking about no regular average white boy. I'm talking white boys with some kind of influence, some kind of position. Y'all never been in that circumstance, man. To know how they really feel about us, the average one. I'm not saying all of them. The average one, though. Like I said, go back and listen to that song of OJ. Still nigga. All that. Why are you telling you? Still nigga, man. Everything I done accomplished, everything I done, all this bread I don't gain back to the hoods and Columbines and all that, I'm still nigga. Overstand that. Why you think it ain't no black NFL owners? The closest we got is the boy in Jacksonville. He like Indian or something. Come on, man. Peep game. What's wrong with y'all? Stop sleeping with your eyes open, man. Stop, man. Stop. That ain't how I go, man. Jay-Z a billionaire and he made a song, what said, still nigga, man. Oprah Winfrey been a billionaire since the 90s, man. And guess what? She can't buy a house in Jupiter, Florida, man. Why? Because she's still nigga. Y'all not following me, though. Stop subscribing to the wrong stuff, man. Stop honoring the wrong stuff, man. Don't do that, man. It ain't healthy. And I definitely appreciate those in the comments where, I mean, and don't get it twisted. I respect the opposition, the difference of opinion. We can have a healthy conversation. But one thing you're not going to do, you're not going to tell me what my intentions is. You're not going to do that ever. You're not going to hijack my content and tell me what I'm trying to say. You're not going to do that. That ain't how that go. If I was on some nut kind of time, I would be more than man enough to say, you know what, I may be on some sucker type time right now, but I'm going to say it anyway. I'm him. I'll do that. But what you accuse me of, it ain't that. It ain't that, homie. Not by a long shot. It ain't that, man. You got to go out here and experience the world more. And then you'll understand maybe remotely why I'm saying what I'm saying. I've been through them fires, man. I've been in them conversations. I've been in them environments, man, where I'm the only nigga, man. I've been in that. I've been where people try to test boundaries. I already told y'all that, but it gets worse than that story I told y'all on the Meek joint. It gets worse than that when somebody try to test your boundaries, man. And I don't know why y'all think, because they in the business world. Yo, the business world is nothing but an extension of the streets, man. Y'all need to understand that, man. I too, once upon a time, but I was 20. I entered into a new environment thinking, oh, this is a better life. I can breathe easy. I can just worry about succeeding and elevating and all that. And to come to find out, I had to worry about the same exact stuff I had to worry about on the streets, man. But it was even iller because then you really realize the pen was mightier than the sword, man. Your experiences ain't mine, man. Your background ain't mine. So maybe you can't catch up to what I'm talking about. Because you ain't been there. And then what I had to do to adapt, I had to say, hold on, time out. My pop kept telling me, yo, when you figure it out, boy, you're going to be a problem for him. I really had to sit down and figure out, yo, how can I play this? But when I realized that if I play this like I play the streets, oh, man, my life got beautiful, man. Life got gravy. Life got gravy, man. The moment I figured out that was the move. Excuse me. Let me play this like I play the block. Watch how quick it changed. It changed ASAP. My frustrations, the irritation level went way down. But you know, with every pro, there's a con. Now the con was, hey, what's wrong with him? He seems so aggressive, or he's not sociable. Nah, I'm here to do a job, and I'm here to murk. I'm not here to make friends, man. Because your idea of friends and the idea that, no, I watch y'all play people out, man. I watch this, man. And I watch brothers who want a seat at the table so bad, play themselves out, man, lose all kinds of integrity and values, man, and morals. I watch this stuff, man, close up, like, not third person, right there watching. So it's maybe why some of y'all can't see it, man. But don't get it twisted. The world of business or corporate America, it ain't much different in the street, man. Don't let none of that fool you. The same way people on the streets on that corner don't test people's boundaries and see how far they was willing to go when they do the same thing there, man. What is you tripping? They do the same thing there, man. You think them games stop when you leave the hood? No, the games get bigger and more graver in a lot of cases, man. You don't hit me though. You don't hit me though. But it's cool. I ain't riffing about that, man. Like, if my intentions was to make videos to come up off of Meek, man, it's so much more stuff that I can say that's never been said. I'm from the town, man. Like I told you, dude. I don't want to say how close it is, but anyway, it's so much more stuff that I can expose, man, that the world has never heard about. Never heard about. If that was my agenda. I'm talking about I get 100,000 followers by the morning, man. Real rap. If that was my intentions. I even said at the beginning of the video, like, I'm not even trying to do this because I don't even want it to appear that way. But we got to talk about this. Look what I did talk about. I ain't talk about the water situation in Atlanta. I ain't say nothing about that. I ain't say nothing about that. Nothing. I ain't say nothing about the friction that he got in the city and why he got the friction, why he got friction with rappers. Why I ain't say nothing about none of that, man. I ain't say nothing about none of that. I ain't say nothing about how he tried to backdoor somebody on a deal tip. And man, there's so much stuff that I could talk about, man. Like, indefinitely, where it's crazy. And I could get people on here to talk about it. So it's not coming from me. There's so much stuff that I know about this dude, man, that I ain't even on that kind of time with him. That's not my agenda. But if you want to accuse me of trying to get subscribers through him, man, then I'm talking about the wrong stuff, because I got way worse stuff than that. That make the world look at dude in a total different. But you really wouldn't look at him different if you knew who he was close to, because you would know he did some of the similar same stuff. Never mind. You don't hear me though, man. You don't hear me. It's all good. No worries. No worries. But I mean, what I will say to do, what I said before, is that don't prove how G you is or how G you not by going to Philly to try to prove a point that I ain't banned or whatever the case may be. That ain't worth it, man. You can't trade places with people who they don't got what you got. They haven't achieved what you achieved. It doesn't make sense. It's idiocracy. You can't do nothing like that. It doesn't make sense. All for ego. It's one thing 50 said a long time ago, right? 50 was like, nah, I don't hang out in Queens. I don't stand on the corner. You know why? Because you're going to have a certain number of people that's going to want to try to test the boundaries just to get murdered for playing with me, just to try to get a come up off my name. Or you're going to have somebody there, excuse me, you're going to have somebody there that's going to try to do something to somebody just to impress me. You know what I mean? And I always respected that. And I took those jewels and implemented them. Not right away, because I still was in the city far too much. Because quite frankly, I ain't gonna lie, I'm an idiot, man. I love that stuff, man. I love seeing people joking on each other all crazy, they lead to fist fights. That I love that kind of stuff. Problem is I love it too much. So I know personally for everything I got going on and everything I'm responsible for, that's not smart. That's not the move. These rappers need to understand and learn how to separate what they got going on to what they may love or whatever image they trying to uphold. You know what I mean? What you think the reason is for? Look how many rappers keep getting indicted with some RICO cases, man. With RICO stuff, like, come on, man. You gotta separate the two, man. Now, unless you're getting boatloads of coke. If I'm getting 40, 50,000 for a walk, dude, which I know that's slowed down because of the pandemic. That's why you definitely gotta tuck your bread away. But let's say in a regular environment, if I know I can get 40, 50,000 just on a club walk, dude. Come on, man. I'm not worried about no brick. I ain't worried about no brick. Not if I'm buzzing like that. Now, if you ain't really eating and all, okay, I guess I see that. But if you really buzzing, I'm not worried about no brick, man. I ain't worried about no meth. I ain't worried about I ain't worried about the heroin. I ain't worried about none of that, man. You tripping. That don't even make mathematical sense. You do 2 walkthroughs, that's even 40,000, 50,000. You getting what you would make off that brick if you chopped it up. With no risk. You go through there for an hour, 2 hours, then you murder. Come on, man, that don't make no sense. I mean, you see the young boy YFN Lucci, however you say his name, he get caught up on a murder, John, in Atlanta. I don't know all the details. I listened to the 911 call. The chick was saying how, no, I seen him getting thrown from a white Jeep, a white truck, SUV, whatever the case may be. But I don't know how that, I mean, not unless he the only one in Atlanta with a white SUV. I don't know how that led to a warrant. So that makes me feel like somebody telling. Because you definitely need more than that. Now unless they got the joint on camera and got his plates, I don't know. But I'll say this, if he was in that truck, he out of pocket, man. Even if it was justified that that's supposed to happen to him, the dude with the bag was supposed to be somewhere on the island somewhere when that happened, man. He not supposed to be in that truck, man. You get the same charge of the person that pulled the trigger, man. Y'all boys smarten up, man. Y'all gotta smarten up, man. Y'all getting more, I can't really see y'all getting more money. I say y'all probably got more ways to get money than before in the generation I grew up with rap music. You know what I mean? Y'all definitely got more lanes. But the deals are still the deals. The deals is crappy. Somebody told me that if they was black, I wouldn't have said the same thing talking about the billionaire. I would have won even crazier. That's what you don't know. I don't call Sean Combs Puffy. I call him Sean Combs, and I'm not dissing him. It's just, I know the jacket, man. The jacket is foul. That jacket got all kinds of mustard, relish, sourdough. It got all types of stuff on that jacket, man. I don't respect that, man. Like, I don't really respect Jay-Z. But I respect Jay-Z as an artist. I respect Jay-Z as a businessman. I think some characteristic stuff he got that's shaky. I don't judge a man by his wallet, man. I judge a man by his integrity and his character, man. That's what we separate. That's what we're different. But that's okay. I don't want crazier. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand how these black artists, the old heads, right? And this started way back when. This ain't new. How these black artists that turn CEOs or whatever the case may be. You know how, like, the Locks had a track on, I think, We Are the Streets. It was called I don't want to say, I want YouTube to block this out because I want everybody to see it, but R-U Records, right? The first word of that begin with an R, right? 4 letters begin with an R, U Records, right? And it was a skit talking about how the record label jerk people. Because it's designed for you to stay in the red. It's designed for you to stay in the red. It's no different in the street, right? And anybody out there that's remotely familiar know what I'm talking about. It's no different than when somebody trying to get on, or somebody is a stone cold hustler. You know he's a stone cold hustler, right? But you got a feeling like, oh, well, to keep him under the fold, I got to keep him under the thumb somehow. So now I got to go and use underhanded tactics. Or I don't really like the boy. I'm going to give him some work, and I'm going to do some underhand tactics. However it may come to pass. You front him a package. He moving it. He about halfway through. You come jamming. So now he in debt. Now you keep jamming him ever so often. So he got to keep working off. He always in debt. He got to keep working off that number. You know what I'm saying? The record labels work the same way. Y'all need to understand that. It's a little different now because you definitely got a bigger option to go independent and still eat. You know what I mean? But back then when everybody was chasing a major, it's the same way. They gonna front you. Like, think about it. Rockefeller, the artist from Philly, I don't know what Bleak got, but the artist from Philly, I think Sigel got the most money at 100,000. The PDs got like 50,000, Ski and them got like 50, 40, 20,000 and all that. Like, they ain't giving them no bread, man. You know what I mean? Because it ain't designed for the artists to make money. I'm talking about on the advanced joint, the signing joint, right? Look what Bad Boy was doing at like the 90s, when everybody was doing $1 million videos. Bad Boy was charging that to your budget. Yeah, them wild, spectacular videos and all that, they was charging that right to your budget. And they was putting you up to doing it. They wasn't on the kind of, like, you wasn't going there like, yo, I want $1 million video. You thinking, this the company want me to blow this on the arm. Nah. That joint was designed for you to stay in debt, man. So you'll never get in the black. You're never gonna get in the black, man. So they front you an M on the advanced joint, right? They front you an M. But people gotta understand is everything comes out of this M. This M ain't for you to go buy a crib. This M ain't for you to, they don't do this no more. They ain't giving out M's no more. But they give you an M. This ain't for you to go buy no crib, to go buy that new 600. It ain't for that. That's to pay for your videos, your wardrobes, the artists, the engineers, the producers, like, all that's part of that. And also what you gotta factor in is that now your record sales so you got to sell enough records in order to get that mill back. So now you enter into the black. Now everything you do is profit. You still in debt until your album reaches 1 million in sales. That's the dirty part of the joint. They don't like that's so much. Listen, but my problem with that is that when these black CEOs or these record companies start doing that to young black men as well, man, because you know the circumstances. You know the average rapper coming from a jacked up situation, man. And they was preying on that junk. And not being educated within the business. Which, I mean, you should educate yourself in anything you partake in, so that's no excuse. But they was preying on that ignorance, man. That's predatory. That's predatory tactics at its finest. But nah, I'm equal opportunity. Anybody close to you will tell you early. Only thing that I got allegiance to is the truth, man. I don't care. My mom stopped talking to me for 3 months because I want to go with a narrative that my brother put out and he lied on. She stopped talking to me for 3 months. She felt like I was choosing the streets over my brother. I said, no, I'm choosing the truth over my brother. Man, I got allegiance to the truth, homie. I don't care about, man, listen, you got the wrong guy, man. got the wrong guy, bro. But I mean, it's cool. But just sometimes we gotta be quiet, especially when something's outside of our purview or our realm of experience. We gotta humble ourselves down, listen to the information, man. Don't jump out the window. Listen to the information. There's no malice intent over here, man. None. But it's a bunch of goofy stuff going in the world because people rather follow trends than be a man, have a brain, and use it. You know what I mean? And something else I want to address. If you listen to my video, I never said that it was a ritual event. I only put the ritual part in it. I went back and edited the title. I put the ritual in it because people in the comments kept saying it was a ritual. You never heard me saying nothing ritualistic. I said he played himself. That's what I said. I'm standing on that. He played himself. I ain't say main man did was part of some ritual, man. That ain't what I said. I hope that wasn't no ritual, John. But like I said, you'll be surprised how many of your favorite artists, your favorite entertainers subscribe to what they subscribe to, man. And if the public really knew, well, half of y'all wouldn't care. Y'all gonna say, oh no, it ain't about nothing. He chasing the bag. Well, for me, my integrity, my honor, ain't no price tag on me, bro. I guess that's what we separate. I'm out here smoking a cigar, drinking scotch on a Friday afternoon, so obviously my life ain't that bad, man. And I ain't made a dime off YouTube. So don't get this twisted. I ain't made 1 cent. So I ain't doing it for a check. Do the math here. This ain't rocket science. Alright, let's switch gears. So let's double back to this JoJo Capone and Gully situation. So y'all don't know, GullyTv, he has a platform on YouTube. I think when he regular and he on this documentary, on his journalist tip, he brings a lot of dope content up. But when he go live, he get the bidding, and I think that is a distraction. It takes away from the work that he actually does. Like, cause dude do some hard work. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't no hater, not by a long shot. Like, dude do some hard work. You know what I mean? But he definitely get in his bag and you start bidding. So JoJo Capone is he's been around the hip hop scene forever. I mean, he was around True Life a whole lot. I think that's like really his man. And he was trying to get a situation with the Diplomats. And so they've been going back and forth. I can't remember how it started, but it's been like 6 months or so down there now. They've been going back and forth. They was trying to get together, do some type of boxing match. Gully wants some bread. JoJo like dough for free. That's funny. They both make valid points on both sides. But JoJo put out a video with Gully getting run down on by an old head in his hood. And the old head, you could tell he husky as I ain't gonna hold you. Like, he's super husky. Like, but Gully ain't a small dude, he work out, but old head, you could tell old head was on one. The moves he was making, like preparing for the fight, is like, man, you're not about to do that to me out here in front of all these people. And Gully's just like, no, listen, I'm not fighting you. So he pretty much said, I ain't gonna rumble you. Something else gonna happen to you though. I picked up what he was putting down. Excuse me. And that's definitely what he was alluding to, because he confirmed it this morning. But what make it look bad is Gully do be online talking about he disfigured people and he beats people and all this other stuff, but then when the old head step to you fall back. So it kind of do make it look weird because of how much trash you talk. Like, I ain't none of that. I'm not about to get on the internet and make some super hype video. I'm not about to do none of that. So I'm not even gonna give you a warning that it bothers me that much. When we see each other in traffic, then it is what it is. However it unfold. But we're not about to do that. But it's funny. Like, he called him GullyTv. He called him JoJo Dancer. Like, it's funny. He told me he was gonna get Diplomat South Dakota. That's the only Diplomat affiliated brand he was gonna get. The jokes is funny both ways. You can tell both these dudes stood on a corner somewhere. Because the level of joke quality, and you get that from the corner, man. You get that from the corner. That's what I tell people. Like the average dude, you can't joke with me. I got sharpened on the corner where your skin got to be crazy thick. And it ain't no holds barred what they gonna say. Nah, we not. And Gully did make a valid point though. He was like, everybody got that one person from the hood. No matter how good you think you can fight, you're not even trying to play with him like that because you know like that's gonna end bad for you. I can attest to that. But I'm never gonna let you know that I respect your handle that much though. I'm never gonna do that. Like, I'm talking about like in the heat of the moment. Like you could tell I don't think it was that. I don't think they like genuinely don't like each other. You could tell they know each other well. But that's block stuff, man. That joint happen every day. Hold on a second, y'all. This big truck right here. I don't know what son doing. But we all don't witness that. But it do look crazy. Like I said, the reason it look crazy because how much wolf tickets he be selling. And somebody hold on one second. Yeah, this truck in the way. Yeah, I guess it's some type of delivery. Yeah, I mean, he got one of them old trucks too. That joint even run off diesel. I don't know what that run off. That joint's super loud. That joint's so old, run off of coal. No, but in the comments on the Gully on Gully video, well not the video, on Gully Instagram page, because when JoJo was arguing with when he first blacked out about Capone, he said, you know what they call me? Big Airy. So somebody in his comments was like, Big Airy is really big scary. Man, I was laughing so goddamn hard when I seen that. Yeah, that was funny. Big Airy, you really big scary. That was funny, man. That was funny. The comments be on one. You know what I mean? But I definitely got people in the comments on some, keep making more videos, man. I'm rocking with you. Keep going. Like, and that's the type of feedback it's more welcoming than anything, man. Cause I know I'm on the right track and y'all messing with the content, man. It ain't watered down. It ain't, and like I said, it ain't on no hate type time. It ain't on none of that, man. Like, I definitely seen things through a different lens because I experienced so much. I seen so much. You know what I mean? And it's one of them things, especially when you're dealing with the powers that be, the gatekeepers or whatever. We're never going to be considered that peer. You think they look at Jay-Z as a peer in the music industry? Nah, but they know they gotta do business with him because he's good business. Look for all that money that Michael Jordan made Nike. They still don't look at Michael Jordan like a peer. He still fall under Nike. Nike still won't let him off branch to do his own, like, really independent Jordan situation. From a company that really he built for all intents and purposes. He was the first major athlete that took Nike to billion-dollar status, man. We're gonna call a spade a spade. We're gonna call a spade a spade. Look at it for what it is, man. not for what you want it to be. But they don't rock with dude like, they don't look at us as peers, man. We're always going to be, for the average one of them, I'm talking about that's in position, we always going to be looked at as inferior. That's why even more reason we got to make sure that we on point with our actions. You don't have to consider me your peer, but you will respect me. They don't degrade each other. Not publicly. Not for something for the world to see. They're not going to do nothing like that. They handle each other differently. Degrading each other is saying, oh, I want to bet 500,000 on that shot instead of $1 million. They degrade each other differently. But they ain't going to be degrading on no humiliation. Public humiliation. That ain't going to happen. Catch up. Catch up. Had this, man. That heart. Had that integrity. Say, nah, my man, we ain't on that. We off that. Don't play with me like that again. We cool. Let's keep it that way. You can't lose something you ain't never have. And what's meant for you is meant for you. Remember that in the world. You can never lose what you ain't never have. And what's meant for you can't nobody take away. I learned that. If you only really knew my story with that, I'm a walking, living testament of that statement. I ain't do bad from a kid from North Philly, man. That's what I'm going to tell you. I ain't do bad, man. And I did it the G way. And I don't mean G like on no violence, no. I maintain my same integrity and principles I learned from the corner. Why? Because what people need to understand is that those same principles, integrity you learned on that block, you carry that through life. Man, I'm telling you. Because you learn some good stuff out there, man. You learn some good stuff character-wise on that corner, man. But people leave that corner, they think they no longer need that. You need it more than ever when you come out here to this. This is vulture land. This is snake land. What? But we've been on this joint 37 minutes. Alright, just quick topics I want to touch on. You know what I mean? Thank you all for rocking with me. We're going to keep this going. We build it the right way. Like, share, subscribe, man. Like, share, and subscribe, man. I got you. Trust me, I got you. We definitely steering the ship right. Definitely. No fraud stuff. We on one. It's up.